Some reason my skin looks better.
Garbage Vlogcast.
On Spotify and on your favorite streaming platform.
And on YouTube.
For the second time, welcome back to another episode of VlogCast Podcast. Tonight, we're joined with Jen and Jai as well.
Yes.
And then also we have...
And Ralph.
we have...
But you're gonna end it there.
No, I am not gonna end it there. Look, so basically, what happened was Discord's window itself was too big. So that's why, yeah, that's why everything was laggy. Hopefully it's smoother now.
Yeah.
Hopefully the lag's been fixed. So yeah. I'm sorry to the less than 4 people watching right now that you had to experience that.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Sorry for technical difficulties.
We're sorry for that, but we're back and hopefully it's less laggy. So yeah, it's a thrill to be back after 2 months. Yeah, like the last episode we had was like around August.
Yeah, academics.
And
Yeah, that's on the start of school.
in the start of school. You can probably tell why, because of school. But yeah, we finally got some free time to just talk. And right here, you can see that there's
Sort of free time for me.
Yeah, sort of. But we have a Christmas tree here, and that begs the question to you guys: it's already November, so have you guys set up your Christmas trees yet?
Like here in the Philippines, it's like immediately just August 31st. I mean, like July 31st, and it's like
Yeah.
Christmas time already.
Oh man. What about you, Jai and Ralph? You guys have... I don't know if Ralph's frozen.
Physically or digitally?
No, are you celebrating the tree? The tree.
Celebrating the tree.
Yeah, the physical one.
We had the tree.
What, do you have a digital Christmas tree?
Maybe.
Digital Christmas tree.
Yeah, but do you have...
Where is
do you
the
have a
digital-
physical one?
Can I show it if we're physically in camera?
I mean, if you want.
If you want.
If you want.
No, we're still decorating it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm still decorating it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I see.
Okay.
Jai, what about you? Say hello to the audience. You haven't spoken a word yet.
Hello.
And there's Jai. Do you have your own Christmas tree? Do you have your Christmas tree yet?
Kinda have one. It's not a tree. It's like a plant vine thing that we put lights on.
Ah, okay. That's still something to celebrate with. So yeah, we've got a smoother show right now. Hopefully, but as it
Am I turn
looks,
off my camera?
no.
My, like
Let's-
I'm actually lagging.
Okay, fine. Just this once.
Thank you.
But
I think I'm
keep
walking.
Hear the
keep
PC
yourself
grab
unmuted.
the air.
Keep yourself unmuted. All right.
You'll be on the naughty list.
Thank you, chat. It's all good. All right. So we've got a smoother show planned for everyone.
We now
Okay.
have
Just as soon as
optimization right here.
yeah. All right. So first of all, I'd just like to say that some of these topics that we are gonna talk about is like a bit, how do I put this? Triggering for some, all right? Because for one, about 2 months ago, all right? 2 months ago. Are you okay?
Yeah, what was that?
Alright.
I'm fine. What do you mean?
So, 2 months ago, Jin had food poisoning.
The strange and unknowable desires of Jin Akim.
And that's what we're gonna
Oh
talk
yes,
about.
that is exactly true.
Man, the
So-
cause of that, I can't believe the cause of that was something so completely avoidable. when you
Yeah, it's so completely avoidable. But I was
Yeah.
in the brink of like sleep deprivation at the time.
yes, and if you don't
But-
want to hear, if you don't, let me just put out a warning right now. If these details are gonna be so explicit, whether Jin wants to discuss it, I'm not sure. But if you're not into nasty stuff, then please just skip this part. Yeah,
Alright, we have been warned.
you have been warned. Yeah. All right.
So, alright. I'm gonna start out with how I nearly
Yeah.
died. It's like it's something out of Top Gear, and I gotta lie. Like tonight, I get food poisoning.
Yeah. All right. So.
Alright, so, anyways, it started around October, I think. Yeah, October. About like I nearly got it. Food poisoning. It was around Wednesday. That's the time of like all of the stuff from school, the module thingy that I have to pass. So I had decided to take little sleep for 2 days, so I can complete all the homework I decided to send in from school. I mean, we don't need to like send it really because the restrictions. We had decided to send it only in online.
Digital.
So
Yeah.
I finally did it. I finally sent all of my stuff, my completed modules, all of my subjects. So I finally completed Filipino. I was so tired. I was so tired and hungry. I only had cereal too. It was around 7 o'clock, I think. But I only had like 2 hours sleep. I decided to sleep at 4 a.m. and I woke up at 6. I mean, it's not really like 2 hours. It's like more like 1 hour. But I finally got to eat lunch. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I decided to eat everything on the table, everything I can, finish my hungry self. So I decided to eat some of my stuff that my mom made, and also the stuff that I should have avoided eating. It was beef. It was beef ribs that was cooked around 2 days ago, and it didn't smell not that off, and the taste is not really that off too. So I finished all of my food, and I fell asleep. 2 hours later. I decided to wake up. I was feeling fine for the first time. I was feeling fine for like the first few minutes. But then when I first watched like a video and decided to stand up, like my head immediately become like it was spinning, like I was having vertigo. So I couldn't stand up. I couldn't stand up properly, and I was breathing really heavy. So I told my dad I couldn't really eat properly, like I'm feeling sick. Then it was barbecue too. I really like barbecue stuff from Philippines, so that's kind of sad. Really, I couldn't eat for dinner. So after that, my dad said, "If you're feeling really sick, you should vomit." As soon as my dad said that, my reflexes immediately got in. Like my body just went to survival mode. Like, how can you avoid vomiting? Like, that is just, it's like holding in like a dump. Like, that's impossible. Like, your body is like regurgitating out of it, really, like for survivability. So I decided to went to the bathroom, and then vomited everything that happened around 2 hours ago, with the beef ribs and the rice and the stuff that my mom made. I'm not gonna go into the details of what the vomit actually looks like, but yeah, it was a really large just regurgitated out of it. So I thought I was fine with that. Like, okay, it's just a little bit of sleep deprivation. There's nothing really problem with that. And then I go back to the living room, so I decided to hang out with my cousins and brothers, basically. Then my stomach immediately became sick again. Like, I don't know why. Like, I thought like vomiting just once would solve everything. No, I decided to vomit again, but this time it's like even more painful because I literally have nothing left in my stomach. So instead of food, I'm starting to vomit out acid, stomach acid. Like it was something I would have never even vomited out of my body. Like that is actually painful, especially like in my throat. Like it was, yeah. So okay, this is not good. Like, how did I vomit 2 times already? Like that never happens in my entire like lifetime. Really. Like, okay, I was getting really sick. So my dad immediately set up a bed near the. I was in the in the living room,
Yeah.
like near to the bathroom, basically. So I decided to lay there, and then I forgot that I was so ignorant back then. I decided to drink. I decided to drink water. I decided to
I
drink
mean,
water too.
You should. I mean, when you do throw up, you should hydrate because you get dehydrated as
Yeah,
well.
I should hydrate. Yeah, I get dehydrated easily.
Did you
But
take a
not
gulp?
drink it too like.
Jai is
Not
different.
really. Just take a slow sip.
Jai is
Like I just only did like a sip, like 3 sips, like for 3 seconds. That's the thing that really triggered me. So I finally lay down on the bed. I thought all was over.
Mhm.
I was hanging out with my dad and my second cousin. We were just laughing at videos, and then immediately, I was feeling, I want to take a dump. I thought I thought that my stomach is like having another shenanigans again because I was, feeling I want to use the bathroom or taking a dump. So when I stand up, that was the worst one of them all. Like of all the, all of the phases. Seriously, like I was in the living room, and I couldn't get to the bathroom in time. So
Let's leave out that
I
part.
didn't.
You can imagine.
Yeah,
you can
let's leave
imagine.
on. So I did a mess. So I did a mess on the living room. Yes, that was pretty awful. But good thing oh no.
Good thing you're. Oh no. What's going on? Ralph, are you still there? Ralph.
So I
Hello?
could still hear you. Oh,
I'm
yeah.
moving.
I think what happened was Jin's battery died. I'm not sure what happened.
Oh no.
Was that his final words? Was that his final words? Oh no.
Is that why?
Oh no. Okay. What an oh no moment
Can
for
hear
Jin.
what you see.
It's like he
Feeling
said.
out
I mean,
of
it's like
there.
I said. Unknowable desires.
Yes, with Jin, you may never know what's gonna happen. 1 minute you're just talking to him fine, and then the next one, he was just watch him
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna disconnect him. All right, watch him disconnect him on its own. It's his battery. Oh man. But that is super. Okay, going back to that, I think that is really unfortunate for Jin to experience that because it takes a lot of force to you know. Oh man, I still can't get over the fact his face is frozen as well. You can already tell. Oh no. Okay. Oh man. Going back, in retrospect, when he first told us about that, there we go.
There.
There we go. It's something that he never would have wanted and will never want to do again. So, yeah, basically it was so obvious that the food smelled bad, and yet he didn't take action to not eat it. So he took the action to eat it. So yeah,
Why?
the reason why, I'm not sure, but he's tired. He claims that he's like really tired during that time. But still, the food smells off, and you should be able to like tell whether it's bad or not. So yeah. And
Yeah.
he's back. He's back. Jen,
Sorry, this can't look.
I
sorry.
filled the story up for you.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
What
I
happened?
deeply apologize.
What happened?
So my story was so graphic that my phone decided to run out of battery.
I called it. I called it. It was his battery. Are you okay now?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm really sorry.
That is so funny.
You see, my phone was too much. Oh, I'm gonna get a better than there it is. See my beautiful bed in the background.
Okay.
So
Truly unknowable.
With
yes, truly unknowable.
truly unknowable, but
You
wait,
can
okay.
you can already tell that this segment will have problems.
Yeah. With that, Jen, I've completed your story. Now, the only thing I need from you is,
Thank you.
okay, what is your main takeaway from this whole ordeal? What what do you want to tell the audience? There's a moral to every
Alright.
strange and unknowable desire.
The moral to
So, what is it? What is it today?
So don't be an idiot. check the stuff before you put something or you ingest it in your body.
That
And
is
plus,
so true.
do not go sleepless, just like I did.
Oh man, but still,
Guys, if you feel sick, for the people watching, please eat skyflakes. That saved my life. Thank you.
or if, okay, for our international viewers, he means
Cracker.
dry crackers. Yes. Oh man,
Uh.
that was one.
I have to get like a freaking bowl just because I'm vomiting so much.
Yeah, and to those joining right now, I'm sorry that you had to listen to all of that, but we gave a warning
Yeah.
already.
Yeah.
So there we go. That's
Yes.
Jin's unknowable, truly unknowable segment.
So that's
Yeah.
like 50% of the story is told by Raphael.
Yeah.
It's kind of rough.
Because
Raphael, what
your
Raphael happened.
battery died.
Yes,
Ralph is
I'm
just
very-
Ralph is just
really-
like this. He's like stationary.
It's like
he's
it looks like the Rock picture, you know, like the.
Jai, are you okay?
I'm laughing more what you said about Ralph.
What?
I can't do it.
No,
I
no,
can't raise my eyebrow. Hold on.
like
It's
that
kind of
either.
hard. Ow! Yeah.
Yeah. How does he stay like that for like? a
How do you do
month?
that? Hold on.
Look at him! Look at him. Wait, let me put the spotlight on him. This is how he
Oh,
looks.
don't. Come on.
Yes.
It didn't fix my hair. Come on, no.
Okay. So anyway,
Oh, you're important.
please, before you eat, always check your thing, or always check your food before you
Before
whatever
eating
you're
it.
about to eat, because that
Don't be
situation
like-
was completely avoidable. If you
Yeah, that was
even
very
just
stupid of
tasting
me.
it, even just tasting it. So
It tasted nothing to me. Like it tasted nothing. Not gonna.
so with
Like,
that,
that was the sneaky one.
yeah. So with that, have any of you two experienced food poisoning? Because I've always been vigilant about what I eat, or like even something that is good but smells kind of off. I just take precautions. Does this like go over the top? But if it's good, then it's good. Just don't let it get food. Don't get food poisoned. What about you, Ralph? Jai, have you had incidents of food poisoning?
So,
No.
Wow, I'm really in the north. I'm only one in a million here.
Not even. When the stars collide, yeah, that's when you'll have food poisoning. But still,
It's a zodiac sign.
yeah, but still, just to viewers, to our lovely viewers, please always
Check
be
your
vigilant.
food.
Check your food.
Yes.
Yes. So with that being said, I think I'm ready to give a post-mortem of what just happened in the first session. So apparently, since it's been 2 months since I've streamed, the fault is on me because I've always have these checklists of what to do before you stream, so it's not laggy. Because I've experienced this before, all the way back in season 3, season 2.
Yeah, season 3 because that's when I was.
Yeah,
Like you remember like our stream, like the worst one.
that was the worst stream ever. Like half of the episode was gone, and I didn't even know about it. So, yeah. There we go.
So
It's on me. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm really
this is
sorry.
gonna be the next depressing episode yet.
No, there will be no next depressing episode. Hopefully.
This is like an apology video for Raphael.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. Okay. So anyway,
I know what you're gonna say.
you know what I'm gonna say. No. Oh
Yes.
man.
I get that reference.
You got.
I just got that.
Oh man. All right. So moving on from that horrible, but meaningful ordeal, we have here the unfortunate. Okay, so many of you have heard already that there was an incident involving Travis Scott and Astroworld, his organizers and his fans. So basically, around November 5, so it was just a few days ago. There were 8 people, actually 9, according to one, 9 people who died.
That was 8.
No, not last time that I checked, it
No.
was 9 now.
That was
Or unless
9.
My sources are
Yeah.
wrong, but 8 to 9 people,
That-
8 or 9 people died, right? And it's
Yeah,
really
that's-
unfortunate because
That's actually tragic,
that's tragic.
especially for a concert. Like no one should ever be like in that condition.
Yeah.
Like never. That never happens. Like in a concert.
Yeah, it is so tragic, and it is really frustrating because everything, as many people said, and as many people have commentated, it could have been it's avoidable. It's an avoidable tragedy. It's not something like, okay, it's out of my hands. I don't know what to do right now. I'm sorry, like that. But he had the full power once to stop an entire show because of his shoes. And all of these
Yeah,
sources
I just heard.
So he stopped an entire show because of his shoes, but then he couldn't stop because
Of 9 people in a hospital,
yeah,
in an ambulance.
yeah, he could have. Okay, and for those people who don't know, all right, what Astroworld is, it's a festival. It's a music festival, and this
By
happened on the
Travis
first night by Travis Scott, and and for those who are saying that it's not his fault, he saw the ambulance. There was an ambulance going through the crowd, right? And there
But
were
he kept playing. He kept playing on stage. He kept
Yeah.
playing the music. He kept performing. I mean,
Yeah, he kept performing on stage, and I think that in itself is a big sign that he knew what was going on. It could be one of either two things. He doesn't know what's going on, but he's gonna let the event organizers handle it. Or number 2, he knew what was going on, and he knew
just ignored it.
and he just ignored it. Now, I myself think that he did ignore it because I mean, just look at the footage right now. Everyone was shouting to the event organizers, to the
Everyone's
cameraman.
like saying attention to Scott, but he ignored them. Yeah, he just kept performing on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he didn't even see like the people or the ambulances, like the sirens of it.
Mhm.
Just kept performing.
Jai, have you two, have you heard about that? The concert tragedy.
Look what I sent in canteen chat.
This better be not a
What is-
meme.
No, not that. Not the Feliz Natal. Scroll up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It was okay. Yeah. This explains everything. I'm gonna show that later. But or maybe not. But still, if for those wondering how those 8 people died, it was crowd crush. All right. Crowd crush.
They were
is-
trampled to death.
They were trampled to death, but not only that, all right. Crowd crush isn't okay. I've read about that, but crowd crush is an incident wherein there are so many people squeezed in a room that
That it starts
there's
to
a
hurt.
lack- I think there's a lack of oxygen. From there should be a definition below, but it will be very hard to breathe if there are many people in such a small amount of space. And everyone was going towards the front of the entire
With
concert.
no social distancing, this was at the time where the COVID restrictions were so active.
Hmm. And like it's unfortunate because one, you came to a concert to have fun, right?
Yeah, that
You
was so
wanna-
sad.
You wanna have a good time.
Imagine saying to your to your friends or to your family, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Travis Scott's new festival. I mean, let's hope that I'm gonna have fun meeting him. All of his new album covers. Like
Yeah.
that's sad to hear.
Mm-hmm. I think it's really sad to hear that, and also, so number one, they came there to have a good time, and number two, they have gone through this pandemic, right? These hard times, only to celebrate it with. It's unfortunate,
It was a
right?
tragedy.
It's such a tragedy. It's tragic.
Being isolated, being isolated for how many long months or even years, just to go into a concert and ending in tragedy.
Yeah, it's really sad to see that. But Travis Scott has recently posted an apology, and for reasons I'm not gonna show it on live. However, there's a link in the description below for the future viewers that you can go ahead and watch that.
Oh, is he crying from his
Have you
forehead?
got- okay, that's what I'm gonna talk about, right?
Okay, that's
So
I'm not
basically,
thinking.
you guys, okay, all three of you, I'm gonna assume that you've already watched that, right? The apology.
Yes, I
The
think so.
forehead.
When
Joey,
he does
what about
this,
you? So basically, what happened here was that he posted an apology to his Instagram, right? And
This one?
yes, exactly, yeah, that one.
This one? Look at Canteen.
It's basically, he even has the freaking filter on. Like
Yeah.
that's how actually
Like,
revolting
as
this
if-
looks.
As if it's gonna make up for it, right? As if it's
Yeah,
gonna-
he thinks that. He thinks the black and white filter looks like something that's empathizing with him. What?
I mean, it could have been a tiny bit more tolerating if he didn't put the filter on, but there was no need for that. If you want to respect those whose lives were
Yeah.
unfortunately taken, then that's not the way to go.
Plus, he exaggerate most of his sayings. Like he twists his head. He keeps doing this with this under camera motion.
Yeah.
But just talk it out like an actual
Mhm.
real what do you call this? What do you call this again? Like a response to the families of the victim. Like, why do you have to put it with a filter with a border on Instagram? Like, you could have just posted it instead of putting it on a story.
Yeah.
To post it to his fans. And it's for other
Those
people to watch
internet
it.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like internet credit score.
But we're not here to slam or put anyone or give hate to anyone. We're not even here to criticize. Okay, maybe just a tiny bit, because it's as I said, the entire thing is avoidable. But one thing that I have to note here is that he looks more or less more disappointed, or he looks much as if he was forced to do this apology. Like, you see his facial expressions. I'm not one to talk, or I'm not a person of authority who can tell, but I can tell from first glance as a normal viewer that it seems as though he was forced to make that apology. right? Have you guys noticed it whenever he does his forehead, right?
There's no tear. There's no tear for like a lot of hate he's receiving. There's no tear. There's no remorse whatsoever for the families. And there's no showing of remorse to the victims.
It's tragic to see all of this like unfold, and this is still a developing story right now. So all of the information that we're telling here is more or less accurate up to November 13th. Yeah. So
Yes.
if there may be new information that might
New
come out,
updates.
new updates, and man, if I mean, like, I'm speechless right now because number one, the event organizers are also to blame. Obviously, they're also to blame in this situation because
Like the crowd is more strong.
yeah,
You know,
it's
the crowd is literally like sending information, but apparently they're being blocked by that information.
yeah, it's infuriating because like it's something that I keep on saying this, but it's something that can be easily be avoided. It's something that can be easily avoided.
Easily fixed.
Yeah, or easily fixed. And for those who are still in the dark right now, here is a screenshot of his apology, right? And it is, you can already tell it's more or less exaggeration, right?
Yeah.
It seems as though, but many people can perceive it as different ways, and for me, that's how I felt.
Yes, same.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any comments on that? I've made all those points.
I'm a bit out of the loop, and
It's okay.
I don't know. Lately, I mean, I saw it in some videos, I guess, like
Yeah.
Critical or PewDiePie
Critical.
Guarding-
Critical and
guarding-
PewDiePie
regarding Travis Scott
made it.
stuff, and checking the comments. There are some defenders. There are some.
Yeah, some fans.
Mm-hmm. Look, I want to make a statement. I have no problem with people defending other people because sometimes you have to do that, right? However, if the person was obviously, I'm not gonna say he's wrong or right, but if you can see all the signs of
The evidence.
all the evidence that's going on there, how can you? It's evidence, it's facts. How can you negate that? How can you justify that? How can you justify that 9 or 8 people lives went
Lost their lives.
Yeah, they yeah. It's tragic. That's all what I can say here.
What they said out of the loop. So what made them go in front again?
Okay, so basically they're you know how many people can get excited to just go in front of the stage as much as possible? That's exactly what happened there. From one article that I read. So
It kind of reminds me of like that one story in England that where like a soccer game. I'm sorry for international use. Football. It's a football game that happened around, I think around the 60s or 70s. I don't really remember, so sorry for misinformation. But it happened like somewhere in England. It was 2 teams, and then one of the teams had like hundreds of thousands of people that the stadium couldn't even this stadium couldn't fit that amount of people. So the law enforcement decided to open up because there was so much outcry of like want to go to inside of the stadium. So there's many people like coming inside the stadium already. So people are literally like inch and inch together. Like they were like this. They're like they're so confined. But then when the their team got the win, got the goal, people got excited that the people in the front got so crushed that the gates couldn't even fully support it. So the gate collapsed and people literally flew over, crushing literally anyone who decided to be in the front. So that is just really sad. I heard that story from like a it's called Horror Stories channel. It's like a channel that basically talks about like deaths of individuals that of like really not out of the not normal.
It isn't.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But Jen, I want to add to that. With the trampling that you said earlier, apparently, not most of those cases wasn't that. So crowd crush. The definition, or like, it's basically compressive asphyxiation. Compressive asphyxiation.
Oh, being crushed.
It's caused by that. And
Squeeze,
it's rather than
being
trampling.
squeezed.
Yeah, rather than being trampled, apparently you're being squeezed. You're right. So
That's kind of really painful. Like seriously, like imagine like you're so squeezed together like you couldn't scream because of like because of like you can't really get the air into your lungs, so you can't scream. And two, it's really I think at that type of like situation, like people are very noisy and you can't really hear what the squeezed guy is saying.
yeah,
Crowds in
terrifying.
it's
general.
defined here as mechanically limiting expansion of the lungs by compressing the torso and preventing breathing, or it can be prevented, or respiration is prevented by external pressure on the body. So
That's painful, seriously.
that's a very painful way to die, right?
Yeah.
It's very sad to see that in a place wherein people are supposed to have fun.
Fun.
Now,
No.
earlier in that morning, many people were already lining up as early as I think 2, 3, or maybe in dawn.
Wow.
I'm not gonna say it, but as early as dawn that day, they've been lining up to get inside, and then when they did get inside, it caused almost a stampede to get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that's
It would have been
all.
better if like there was law enforcement there, like to control the crowd.
And no, the law enforcement themselves said that it was a mass casualty event.
Oh.
They couldn't get they were overloaded, or they
Oh.
were overwhelmed with the crowd.
Overwhelmed.
Yeah. Imagine having to squeeze through just to get to those who needed help.
Crowds in general are scary. Being.
I mean, they are, as long as they're taking the precautionary measures to control them, right? Then I think that's okay. But then this was not one of those cases. It wasn't controlled at all.
I mean, other than that, I mean, like you're in a crowd. For example, you're in a concert also,
Yeah.
and later on you heard someone screaming, but due to the amount of many people there,
Mm-hmm.
You can't
don't know if
hear
that scream is out of excitement or out of danger.
pain.
Can't see it.
Oh
You
yeah.
can't hear it as well. That's the scary part. Joy, do
Then-
you have any comments on this, or anything, any facts that you want to share?
Really, you said everything.
Yeah, but anything
Yeah.
else? Yeah.
Nah. Nah. Nah, nah, nah. Nah, 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 nah.
Okay. But that's all what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave this
Yeah.
segment with the fact that it's tragic. That's all what I gotta say. Completely avoidable. It's completely avoidable and tragic.
feel good to be a loner right now. Sorry, but
The
yeah.
introverted life.
Oh man. Did I say
Oh, I just realized
unavoidable?
it's a GIF.
Did
I
I
just saw.
say unavoidable for the past 5?
You said it more than once.
You should have put like a counter on unavoidable.
Unavoidable. It's supposed to be avoidable. No. Just
Right.
correction. Yeah, but still, it's completely avoidable.
Like Jin's food poisoning.
Like Jin's food poisoning, it was completely
Yeah,
avoidable.
most of these stuff are unavoidable.
Oh man, I'm gonna rewatch
I'm
that.
beginning to see a pattern. I'm beginning to see a pattern that I'm not sure I'm gonna like.
Yeah? Is it? Okay. So
Let's
going there.
move on.
Let's move on. It's sad, but we've got. Okay, so coming up with our next segment here, we have Ralph.
What's me?
Yeah, it's your turn.
I just saw on Discord what Jai sent. I'm not gonna say it. It's kind of dark. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyways,
Ralph.
Was it? Oh yeah, I think you did. You said something to me last time
what do you
about.
mean last time?
I mean, Raphael, you sent me something or whatever, but about the metaverse. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Facebook recently rebranded, and many people are talking about, or some people, if not many, people are talking about this. So
I just saw the Facebook too. I thought like before you could see all the apps below that were owned by Facebook. Now it's just made by Meta, like kind of like that.
yep. Now, just to be clear, the Facebook company themselves, not the Facebook platform.
They're still called Facebook.
They're still called
Well,
Facebook.
Facebook is still called Facebook.
You didn't need to say that.
What?
He said he needs to go to the bathroom.
What?
He needs to go to the bathroom. Okay.
This is like a classroom. You must have a bathroom pass.
Oh man, but
Mm.
yeah, they rebranded the platform, the social media Facebook. Okay.
That was
Yes.
pretty meta. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Pretty meta, right?
So meta.
Isn't that funny?
No.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Why'd you?
Points.
You get some funny points, sure. All right.
Yeah, so you give me my club.
Words.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of some. And it reminded me of some games I used to play. I mean, some platforms or games that I used to play. Like, I mean, it kind of reminds me of. I mean, the part where it shows the avatar, you know,
Mhm.
your appearance, your own
VR
appearance.
chat.
Weird.
Yeah, VR chat, Ready Player One, and PlayStation Home,
Yep.
stuff like that.
Little Big Planet.
Especially that part where you said, I mean, no, sorry. Wasn't there something that I read that your own the things you buy are like virtual,
Yeah.
like objects? They're virtual. They're not physically here right now, but you own them.
Yeah.
So it's like
And
owning
it
too much.
reminds me of that thing in PlayStation Home where you
Buy virtual stuff.
you buy stuff or you do something like not sure
Buy
if it's
virtual
online
what?
metaverse, but for example in PlayStation Home,
Yeah.
that social hangout game,
Mm-hmm.
if you outside of that social hangout game, you when you try to complete some achievements in some other game, you earn a reward. You get a reward and
Oh,
you get to use it in that social hangout.
so it's like like a reward.
Yeah.
Like a task reward.
Example, it's a trophy. Unlocked it in a game, and that
Mhm.
trophy you can place it as a furniture in your virtual hangout.
So it's so imagine like in every like in a room and just be filled with trophies.
The virtual
Anything.
world. Yeah.
Anything, trophy, whatever you unlock, something you unlock basically. You
Yeah.
unlock, you could use it as
Can
something.
you get a tank in
Who
in
knows? Yeah,
PlayStation?
maybe. There was a tank before.
Really?
Yeah.
I see.
With that,
Alright,
unlocking
next.
something out of
Or next,
progression.
I will see if I can get a U.S. aircraft carrier.
Yeah. Their purpose. Okay, their thing there was, they want to make it feel like you're connected to the person, to the other person. It feels like you're in the same room, to the point where it feels like you're in the same room, and that's their vision. That's what they want.
Yeah, it's kind of like Sims or like any like type of furniture game.
Mm.
Like this would be my own. This would be my
Virtual
setup for my
backgrounds.
future home. Kind of like that.
And best of all, I mean, it has its advantages. I hope Ralph did a little bit of reading. Do you have any advantages?
It shows creativity at least.
Yeah. Do you have any advantages, disadvantages of the Meta platform, the Metaverse?
I was gonna say, I was gonna say disadvantage. That disadvantage was because it's managed by, you know.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
Jai's
go to
back.
that
Hello,
too.
Jai.
You went to your bathroom.
We have to go in a bit.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
all right, sure.
sure. But the disadvantages it's managed by. What if you see ads on your own home?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like Ready
What if-
Player One.
Yeah.
One day
Like
showed
imagine
it,
just
you were just in
like
the middle of
imagine just
playing.
eating.
Yeah.
Just imagine you just eating, and when you put it the virtual food in your mouth, it says try Grammarly.
Not
Yes, I am
sponsored.
eating.
This is not
I am
sponsored.
eating in Spanish.
No. Oh man. But
This is made by Raid Shadow Legends. The food.
That's what
Rachel.
Ready
The food
Player
is
One
made-
was
And also,
saying.
Yeah.
Ads in your screen.
yeah.
I also had like a similar meme, like Elon Musk, the brain chip, like it's gonna have ads inside of their video, or like you can play videos inside of the brain chip.
Like
Ah.
what? How? I mean, what authority do they have to put? Do they have to like put ads on your own brain?
Like you paid for it already. Why you need ads? Just so you know. Like
If you
like
I don't know,
imagine
maybe
your eyes are just gonna be filled with ads.
maybe something
Profit.
connected to that can have ads, but not inside your brain. I'm not sure if that's how it works.
What did I think of it? That metaverse stuff.
Yeah.
The things they're talking about, this NFTs.
Yep.
I don't.
NFTs.
I-
Oh,
I know what those are. Yep.
I
Yep.
kind of reminds me that I mean already nowadays
Yeah.
the trademarks, basically trademarks of the logos, symbols,
Mhm.
words. No, like, you have to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
yeah. There's
You're gonna use that.
There-
It reminds me of
even like a trade. There's like an attempted trademark at saying guys. Like that's how.
that. Yeah.
It is.
Yes.
Like guys, no, that's a little bit, that's a little bit sexist. How about not saying that?
Yes. Now,
Yeah.
gender number 12101, whatever.
Let's stop there.
So,
Yeah, that's
Okay, we don't need, I think everyone knows about that, and there's no
Yes.
reason to talk about it here.
yeah, NFTs,
Yeah.
touch symbols, even the meme pictures.
it's like Article 13 in this stuff.
There.
I mean, even the meme pictures are being profited.
Yeah. It. Oh wow. Now, basically, so, are you looking forward to that personally?
The verse.
Yep.
Uh,
All of you.
Well,
Jai,
gonna
if you've been
be-
following.
well,
All right.
in good and bad ways, yeah, I'm expect some stuff. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever it brings out. I mean, no, because of that showing up, that metaverse idea, that whole virtual hangout thing. Yeah, something like that. Virtual space, your own. No, it's your other way of living.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Because of that, made me wonder why the other social hangouts, virtual hangouts before back then, made me wonder why not because of all this metaverse stuff, why won't they bring back this stuff then again? I mean,
Mm.
look at the
Oh,
pandemic.
the original.
It's a good idea to bring back these virtual hangouts, right?
Yeah.
In the middle of a pandemic.
Yes.
Once you're in the normal world, like a non-COVID world, how would it be used? Because I think right now it's a novelty, or it's something that
Yeah, it's like something it's just come out.
Mm. And it's something that you could put a sci-fi movie plot on it, but as like what Mark
You
said.
can put it in a Black Mirror episode. Yes.
Yeah, but pretty soon into the future, depending on how.
That's gonna be normal.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Like imagine our kids. Like imagine our kids like saying, "Oh, why aren't you using this? You're such a zoomer." You know, like.
Oh man,
We're gonna be them right
We're gonna
now.
be the boomers now
We're
when we
gonna be
grow old.
boomers. Pretty soon into the
we were
future.
gonna have a new
You-
generation.
are
Back
you
in-
still
back in my
using
days,
Facebook. Are you still using Facebook?
Yeah, that's cringe.
Yeah.
Back in my day, I have to use the keyboard. Now you guys
You
just
can
use
speak your
eyes.
minds out,
Look
yeah.
how lazy you guys. Yeah, you can think of it. Back in the day, we have to type.
like back in my day, I had to use this. Yeah.
You do know how much battery that is?
You know
I have to wait 2 hours for just the thing to charge.
No. Do you guys know? How long this will last? This will only last me around
6 hours.
6-7 hours. While you, on the other hand, you can use it all the time that you want. I mean, depending on how everything goes.
Yeah, everything goes.
Yeah.
We're heading to Cyberpunk 2077.
20 Sebastian. 20 Sebastian.
27
77.
Okay, Jai, are you looking forward to the metaverse?
He's on mute.
I feel like, oh, I can't afford it.
No, it's not. Okay, wait.
No, in the
Exclude
future,
that.
it's gonna be affordable.
Exclude that. But if you can.
What do you think about it?
Yeah. I don't think there was any mention of cost at their launch.
I mean, you have
Fine,
to wear a
I guess.
headset, right?
Yeah.
Because we already have VR chat, but there's nearly no price on
I mean,
So,
it's
Jai,
media.
you.
graded version of VR.
It is. It's they keep on saying it's AR, augmented reality, and for those of you who
VR?
don't know, VR.
R.
What's the difference though?
Yeah.
Oh, I get it now.
So okay, there's a difference between. For those of you who don't know,
Augmented and virtual.
there's a difference between augmented reality and virtual reality. So basically, augmented reality means that it's adding elements to the real world, where you can wear your
Okay.
glasses, but then
And you can see stuff.
you can see stuff. UIs, user interfaces that can be interacted with the real world or
Why it's free
overlaid.
guy?
Now virtual,
Free guy, yeah.
no, no. A virtual, on the other hand, is a completely different. When you
Like you're in
step
the
up your
game.
goggles, it's a completely different world. It's not within reality.
Oh.
It's not real life. It's a different. Could be a video.
So meta could be a mix of AR and VR because you can have augmented VR. You can meet people, but in virtual you can go into like different places
Yeah.
within that.
Yes.
So it's like a mix.
Mm-hmm. It is. So
We were heading to
Very
such
interesting.
futuristic
yeah,
plot
it is.
here.
So it is.
But I'm still questioning. Like, imagine like in the future, like you don't have to go outside, right? Like,
That's what I'm scared of.
why would I need to go to my friends, right? Or why can I go to my job where I can just go into the meta. I just put on the class with one of the goggles, and he's already in the job. He's already in the table with his coworkers.
Yeah. As we said before, right? Because it is scary right now. If that happens, that's frightening because right now you can do that. People can just there are many connections being formed right now that are purely digital. Like these two people have never met in real life. However, most of those communications, body language, all that, they get lost, especially even us right now. Most of our nonverbal communications are being lost or getting lost, unlike when you talk to someone in real life, especially if it's only your voice that you can hear. If our cameras are not
you don't have
on,
the interaction of it.
Now, maybe the pandemic is an excuse to just, take your mind off things. But you got to remember that at the end of the day, you're just speaking to you're just inputting your voice to a microphone and just hearing stuff from the speaker.
I'm speaking to a camera right now.
Yeah, you're speaking to yeah. Which
Spooky.
is... yeah.
This kind of reminds me what happens if because of profit and money, profit and such.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the company saying, or the company's doing something with the law saying you cannot interact physically. You cannot, all you have to do is
that's
talk
scary.
through this
Same to
camera.
school.
Same
to school.
Yeah. I mean,
like that happened.
Augmented, whatever ecosystem that other companies choose to build that's related to that's like Metaverse, that's like the Metaverse. It's only gonna amplify what we're doing now, right? Talking online to a whole nother level, which doesn't that frighten you, or at least makes you curious?
Yeah, it kind of frightens me. It's curious too.
Yeah.
Insert cyberpunk song.
Like our descendants would be used to it. Well, us is just yeah.
Yeah, we're not having.
Imagine going to
We're in
work.
the middle of it.
Imagine going to work. I can just put on this goggles.
There's a revolution that's going on right now. Wherein work at home is now the new normal.
It's not a thing. It's a new normal.
Yeah. Now, whether or not some robots or other stuff are gonna replace real life jobs, I'm not sure. Because some doctors, there's a reason why I don't believe that robots are gonna replace doctors. You know why? Because as many people would say, the human body or the human anatomy is really
Complicated.
Yeah, complicated.
Complex.
And it's really complex, and it's really hard to program all of that information into a robot, and then you can't tell whether the patient is.
I mean, it's possible, but it's gonna take an amount of time that is
maybe in the
forever.
future it might be possible, but it's gonna, like what Jin said, it might take a long time to implement that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to have a massive algorithm just to map out the entire even a single organ has a million stuff you don't even know about.
Yeah.
Makes you think if we are just a bunch of cells in someone else's body.
Okay.
Talking about cells.
I mean,
Or a
imagine
bunch of cells talking about ourselves.
cellception. We're just another cell of someone's body.
The Earth.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
That
by
the universe is someone's body.
As my house is currently a skin cell.
No.
It's decaying.
All right.
Cells at work be like.
Before we close this episode, we have Wholesome Time with Jai. So Jai,
Yes,
take it
wholesome.
away. Take it away.
This is some really cutesy stuff right here.
I think he said it's
Okay.
busy, right?
Yeah.
The canteen chat.
Yep.
First, I wanted to send a guy who's a big fan of Hugh Jackman, and he got so excited.
Mm-hmm.
But then it couldn't A vlogger said that I can't because it's a video and he can't show videos.
Well, it's not that I can't. It's more of that it's gonna be hard to like download and then after that just show it. So, I mean, we can technically show it, but it's too complicated.
Can you show like the picture?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, show some different.
The Weird Al one.
That's
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Go ahead.
see if I can add pictures.
Add pictures. But
Add
Like
pictures.
we all know Weird Al. He's the guy who creates those like weird
Song.
weird songs and parodies of different songs.
Yep.
I really thought I thought they're the same person, like
Then
Tiny Tim.
No, they're not.
then it says here on the Reddit post he's the only one who, for 40 years of a long career with no allegations of sexual impropriate.
Inappropriate.
Yeah, inappropriate. I guess the reason why is because
Inappropriate.
no, it's because it's how do I put this into words? Never mind, just send your picture. Just send your picture.
It's already there. I replied to it with the Nico avocado twerking.
Yes,
Then, then the story below it says one of my favorite stories I've heard about Weird Al is when the moment
gonna send my Wholesome.
finally made it, as in like he became popular.
Yeah.
So
In the early 80s, he had
Hmm.
finally been invited to a music industry party. I wasn't really sure if he would go or not. He didn't think anyone knew about him or cared when to the party. He heard someone yell across the room, "Holy, it's Weird Al! Weird Al's here!" Look, and he saw it was actually Paul McCartney who yelled it. Don't know, Paul McCartney, the bass player for Beatles, which is a very big rock group back in the 60s. Imagine a legend calling out your name.
Yeah.
Then,
So this is the one. This is what
Yeah.
Jai is showing. So a guy named Weird
I have
Al
another-
has had no allegations. Okay. There.
That's
I have
quite
my
a good-
own.
That's a
thing
quite a
on this.
good thing.
got a dog for a discount.
What?
Think
No.
Here's my Wholesome.
What is it?
It really makes you realize all the other celebrities out there. Just people too. So some things can still happen wrong.
Yeah, they
I like
are.
how my. Yeah.
I mean, so hearing that Weird Al, for 40 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had no something, didn't have anything wrong about allegation. It's a good, such a very nice thing. You know, after all these allegations of other celebrities.
Yeah.
They just
You know,
just retaliate with Wholesome.
at this rate, and I'm not canceling out whatever allegations people make because frankly most of it is true, but sometimes especially nowadays there are people who will find even a tiny, not as big as that, but even a tiny
And
situation.
culture.
See,
Yeah.
cancel culture, I'm not afraid to say that, but it's number one.
CC. Double C.
Double C. But they would look for a tiny incident that had happened, or maybe even just something to call out the other person on. And I think,
Or like something they did in the past, but now grew up as a person.
Hmm,
Like kind of like that, or redeemed.
yes, because while sure, people change, right? All right, sure. See you.
Yeah, I mean, it's
sure.
understandable if you
Thank you for
know.
hosting Wholesome Time. Yeah.
Bye.
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 Okay.
I can understand when people. I can understand some people forgive someone, but will still go on their day. You know,
Mhm.
of course, you can forgive him, or you forgive him, but you still remember what happened, but you're
Yeah.
still going on your day, right?
Mhm.
I can
Like their
understand
days change. Like,
Yeah. It's it's still, I think, at the end of the day, if that person is, in fact, did change, right? And okay, frankly, that was all in the past, and obviously there are no more allegations right now, right? In
They're
present
not
time,
doing the same
they're not
thing that
doing
led
that.
them to that
Yep.
allegation.
Now, calling them out would be absolutely pointless to do
Because he changed.
because
That person changed.
They changed. Um, unless they're still doing it right now. Okay, fine. I think that's an
Yeah.
appropriate time to call someone out. This person
Yeah.
did something wrong. But the fact that some people have already grown from, and I know it's a word that has been misused all the time in YouTube apologies, like I've grown, whatever.
I've
But
grown as a person.
I've grown as a person.
Mm.
But the truth is that some people do. Some people do grow. And
They redeemed themselves.
yeah, maybe even as a better person as they were before. The point is that it's pointless to cancel out people who
That have changed.
have changed. Maybe cancel them in
You
the past.
know-
Okay, build a time. Okay, if you really want to cancel that
Kinda-
person, build a time machine.
Kind of reminds me
go
of my
back in
past
time.
history.
It's to say that that's wrong. That you should not.
That
do
reminds me of my past self
Mhm.
history stuff. What I've done with others, like for example,
Yeah,
some
I get it.
classmate,
Mm.
I just overreacted for having a small wound on my palm. Years later,
Okay, I think I remember.
Yeah,
Years
years
I think I
later.
remember though.
talked to that person. I said sorry. I was a, didn't know why I overreacted,
And then what did they say?
and they also said, "Yeah, I'm sorry for cutting, but yeah, it was
Yeah,
it was
It was-
you know
it
sorry,
was
sorry, and then,
understandable.
yeah.
Yeah.
we
I think
went
that's
about
all
our
that
day."
matters. I think that's all what matters is that everyone has changed at some point. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think we need
I
to.
overreacted for some scissor cut.
It's an Indian soap opera. Okay, you're not Indian soap opera face.
Indian soap opera. Oh no. Okay, so there we have it. That concludes today's episode.
Yes.
Yes.
That clearly
And-
concludes.
and-
This is not the Beninging anymore.
In Beninging.
Benigni.
In the Beninging.
In the beginning. So we have some big news up ahead. So number one is
What?
that
What's the big news?
okay.
I
No, okay.
what's the thingamajig?
Thingamajig. No, okay. So we're so excited to hopefully introduce 2 more new people to the show
Okay.
next episode. And I think Jin can attest to, both Jin and Ralph can attest to that. There are 2 more people who are gonna join, and we're really excited to show you them. I mean, yeah. And
I just hope. Sorry, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I just hope it doesn't turn out the time my first time showed up here.
To be fair, they said that they're
Yeah,
comfortable in front of the camera. So
They're comfortable like in stream.
yeah.
So that means I'm not in the first place.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You're
First
talking
time I
right
showed
now.
First time I
You're
showed
talking
up.
right now. It's kind of-
No. The first time I made,
okay.
to be in a podcast.
Okay,
that was
there-
depressing.
You know what? I think we need to hand it over to Ralph because back when he was first new over at season 2, episode 2, or maybe somewhere along those lines, he was just silent. He was so silent, and it was just
I
him
still
and
remember
Jin
it too. Our first episode with the 3 of us is like I sang a Minecraft song, and then Ralph said like, "Oh, what do you think about that?"
You mean what?
Like, let me start
I
up with
said?
you, Ralph.
Yeah, and you said
Start with
2.
Ralph. Ralph. 2.
2. I remember it as if it was yesterday, but
Yeah,
the
same.
fact that you
Yes, I
have
had development.
you have opened your shell. You are no longer an oyster that is a pearl that is stuck inside an oyster. It's you're now
I
open.
think the oyster is dead if you do that.
Yeah, your shell is gone. Now you're out in the open. I'm not sure if it's this podcast or maybe it's something else, but still, it's refreshing.
Life in general.
Life is yeah.
Yes.
But
Like,
anyways, anyway,
screw this what's this? Screw this awkwardness. I'm gonna die. You know, it's
Yeah.
not gonna be forever.
yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be that.
Mhm. Okay, and before we close, I just want to say, to reiterate on an earlier segment, that our thoughts and prayers, they go out to those lives who were lost during the Travis Scott Astroworld incident, and hopefully this type of incident won't happen again, and more people would be much more aware about how much an event can hold.
How people can affect others.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and with that, that's the end of the episode. If you did like, then go ahead like. If you don't like it, there's no dislike button now. We're gonna be talking about that.
Hey,
There is
that's good. YouTube keep doing that.
Okay. I'm gonna have my points on a future maybe video or podcast, but the dislike button is going away. Well, not really. You can still dislike the video, but then it won't be shown publicly. So, and with that, if you like it, then like it. If you dislike it, then dislike it. But still, sure, that's all we have. Subscribe and turn on notifications so that you can
Better turn them
be
on.
notified. You can be notified every time we upload or go live with a new episode. So, guys, do you have anything
Let's
else?
play. That again. What was I gonna say?
Look at. I'm getting terrified of Jen. What is he doing? Get out! No,
What's happening?
no, Jen. I am gonna
Yes.
I'm gonna
Let's play Jenga again.
Let's play
Suffer by playing Jenga.
No. We're gonna do. Okay, that's it for us. We'll see you in the next one. Catch you guys later. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye. Hold on. Okay. Stop.
Hello guys, welcome to the outro. It is I, the best member of the group. I'm kidding, of course. Click here if you want to watch more videos, and click here if you want to subscribe. That is all. Bye bye. See you guys in the next one.